Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 2 and I believe what is a best of 3 matchup from the ESL Invite Tournament. I I was trying to remember what the European name of this map was, but apparently I can't remember it for the life of me. I now preload all of my games all the way through, and that seems to reduce the amount of lag significantly. I didn't even set the affinity, so that's really what's helped out before. Anyways, just wanted to game with my kid before we go out. Okay, just simple, just having fun. Gritting another friend from SC Legacy just coming out. Anyways, coming back to the game, Lucifron spawning as that yellow Terran player on the bottom left-hand side of Steps of War. Meanwhile, we have mTwNightEnD spawning as the red Protoss player. Excuse me, spawning over here on the top right-hand side of Steps of War. Now taking a look, we do in fact now have a probe now coming in. Probe trying to do a little bit of harassment on that SCV, as that SCV now going to be building that barracks. So that barracks trying to finish off this wall in. Coming back over here, Probe still trying to run around that map just a little bit, perhaps trying to get a little bit of scouting. We should be seeing a refinery coming in sometime shortly, coming from Lucifron, so waiting for that refinery. No refinery yet. Taking 2 SCVs over, no, just one single SCV, and now just still trying to chase down that probe. Taking a look over here at mTwNightEnd's build. mTwNightEnd, in his previous game, or the first game, I don't know the order of these games, he did go for double assimilator and cybernetics core prior to getting that secondary pylon, so I'm not sure if he stopped his probe production or not. Transferring quickly 3 probes over to that assimilator in order to get heavier gas production. Gonna get that secondary geyser once again, and then also now getting that cybernetics core. So cybernetics core before pylon in order to really speed up that tech. Coming back over here, we have this probe still running around the map a little bit, getting free sight into the rest of the space, but that probe is going to die as that Marine's going to be slowly chasing that probe around that map. Poor little probe just trying to scuttle away, trying to get away, but he's not really going to be able to make it out. Just trying to run away, and that front door has been sealed, so now being built in with that tech lab. Back over here, we now have an SCV doing a little bit of scouting as well. Cybernetics core is in play, double gateway, and using that chrono boost on that sentry. So using a sentry first ability, and sentry first, now that I think about it a little bit more, makes fairly good sense. One sentry can block a ramp very easily and push back any attack. Coming back over here, we still have this probe just running around, and now an SCV trying to go out and trying to perhaps set up a fast expansion. Yes, early fast expansion once again from Lucifron. We also have this Marauder coming into play. That poor probe was almost able to get back out, but not able to, as that supply depot was raised back up. Marine now being microed a little bit more, so he's not doing a full-on chase behind that probe. But however, that probe does have full shields once again, down to 14 points on those shields. Going to be trying to make it back out. We'll see if he's going to be in fact be able to make it. No, Marauder greets him with a nice concussion missile in the face, and down goes that probe. Single stalker, single sentry now waiting out on that front door. Warp gate, yeah, being researched, and now a robotics facility. So mTwNightEnd trying to use that same exact strategy, trying to use sentries and stalkers. Now, but currently we have an army of 2 Marauders and a single Marine trying to push back up to this location on Steps of War. Steps of War is in fact a very small map, so this early harassment is very, very common. Taking a look at this, in comes these units. The sentry sentry able to drop down that force shield just in time, but those Marauders are going to have a farther reach. We'll see how that sentry wants to be used. That sentry can try to drop another force field and then push those units further down that ramp. Trapping them and in, so no additional reinforcements. One sentry getting taken down, and now that sentry trying to run back away. Another force shield coming back up, and now 2 sentries for the cost of 2 Marauders and a Marine. So gas-wise, a very, very hard hit for mTwNightEnd. Taking a look, warp gates now being upgraded, immortal now being produced, so a single immortal, and now working in some more sentries. So 2 sentries, no, 1 sentry, 3 stalkers, and now 1 immortal. Immortal using that chrono boost. Taking a look over here, more pylons now being produced. Perhaps those pylons should be moved out a little bit more, a little bit further, in order to try to do some warp-ins onto that low ground. Deploy those units and just deploy those units quicker to that battlefield. Taking a look, barracks now, triple barracks with tech lab. Lucifron really favoring this triple barracks with tech lab build. Command center now trying to saturate this mineral line over here. Lucifron only running off of a single refinery. So single refinery mass marauders is his strategy. So yeah, using those mass marauders, able to take down that probe very, very quickly. I think that was a probe. As that SCV now once again trying to move back out. No weapons upgrades. I do not see Stim. Actually, Stim is in fact being researched. So Stim Pack being researched, a couple Marines, but triple Marauders, triple Tech Lab with Marauders is the way he's trying to play this game, and it's looking to be a fairly decent strategy so far. Now, in come these Stalkers, in come these Immortals. Those Marauders, as long as they're able to focus down those units, trying to focus down more of those units, and now, wow, that one Immortal taking a lot of damage. So that one Immortal should probably be moved to the backhand side, or also bringing off, or backhand, and also trying to use that Guardian Shield. The Guardian Shield will really reduce the amount of damage taken by those Immortals down to, I believe, 8. I think it stacks with the Immortals Hardened Shields. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go ahead and have that checked for you. The Immortals damage range is only 5, however, so the Immortal unable to really focus down any of those Marauders. And now in come those Immortals using that Guardian Shield. That Guardian Shield taking those Guardians taking a fair amount of damage. In comes some SCVs as well. Nice force field to try to stop any additional units from coming in, but those Immortals trying to fight back even further. It does not look like we'll see what's going to be happening. There's a lot of Marines now as well. Guardian Shield, or the force field, finally coming back down, and those Stalkers finally able to retreat. Taking a look at the army sizes, NightEnD down to 250 on his army, while Lucifron sitting on a very nice 1250, and still producing triple Marauders from those 3 barracks. SCVs now being transferred from that high ground over to that low ground, as there are some Marines and Marauders moving out. NightEnD just going to lose this Nexus, going to be forced to try to cancel it, and this is not looking good at all for NightEnD. NightEnD overcommitting with one of those Stalkers, concussion missiles, trying to pull him back. Using that a force shield would have been nice to split up that army. If you cast a force shield on top of units, units are either pushed to the front or pushed to the back of that force shield, and that's a very, very strong way of being able to just try to split up those units. Stalkers now getting focused down, and you cannot try to run from Marauders. You should at least just hold your ground and deal damage in that fight back. Immortals now trying to get back into position. We'll see what's going to be happening as that single Immortal now trying to come back out. Is he going to be able to get some blast off? Yeah, a single blast off on that Marauder. Another blast, Marauder getting taken down. But NightEnD, even though he does have a fairly decent sized army at this stage in the game, without Blink, without any way to really speed up the movement of these units, and the fact that Lucifron also has this expansion, getting additional minerals, he will be able to get a better positioning. Once again, Marauders coming back out to re-engage. Stalkers are in trouble. Some of those Stalkers at least able to force down some of those attacks, and now a little bit of a hit and run, trying to focus down some of those units, and now losing some of those Marauders. Lucifron just out microwing, just doing a nice move and attack constantly, and NightEnD going to lose to Lucifron in 2-0 in this best of 3 matchup. And just waiting for it to happen. Warp Gate still on cooldown. More Immortals still being produced, but still not much is really going to be happening over here. NightEnD trying to move away. The robotics facility now getting focused down, trying to take down the rest of those Marauders. Marauders getting taken down fairly quickly. We're getting down to 15 hit points. Now we have those Guardian Sentries now trying to push back even further. That last Immortal, the only thing left standing between that army, able to take down one of those Immortals, and the last Immortal, nice fight, able to push back. So that one Immortal, wow, very, very lucky fight there. NightEnD gives a little bit of a smile with that 10 hit point Immortal, all that's really being left. But more Immortals now coming in to rejoin in on this fight, and this is still not looking good. Trying to wait for that cooldown on the rest of those units. We'll see how this is really going to work. Perhaps trying to focus down those Marauders. Marauder getting down to 8 hit points, and NightEnD says GG. Thanks for watching. Lucifron takes this game from NightEnD 2-0.